Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back. We're going to do a quick tutorial. It's based on a post right up here. You can see this is a few months back, but I drew a bunch of circles around Jacobs as he was kind of sprinting down the track and talked about various rotations. Let's get into this a little bit here. So you can view the way the body moves in space a couple different ways. Okay. So might be alternative to what other individuals are kind of preaching out there, which is fine, right? But it's good to open up your eyes, have different lenses to view movement. So, what am I talking about? Let's say the ball of the foot. That's one local area that you need some type of rotation component. Right now, we're just talking about in this video, really like the sagittal plane, this pitch element. Obviously, we know if you've seen any of my stuff, you already know transverse frontal plane, roll, and yaw are extremely important in the way that I design drills, think about strategies and mechanisms. But for this video, let's think of simplifying. So we're looking more rotational in the sagittal plane in this pitch element. Okay, here we go. Ball of the foot. Yeah, there's one local area that's extremely important to understand. Then you got your ankle itself. What about your knee? What about your hip? So all these areas we know there's some type of circular rotational element to this, obviously. You can see it. Everyone that's been studied really well with different kinematic studies, kinetic studies, they try to correlate it to force development. That's fine, whatever. But we're talking right now about there's these different components of the body. You have the actual trunk and the torso. Well, we already know that has an extremely effective mechanism involved with accelerating the body. Okay, then you have your scaps, you have your shoulder, you can keep going into your elbow, but all these little local rotations add up to a then global rotation that you need to have your athlete, boom, so to speak, rolling down the track. Okay? Because that's a completely different thought process than push, jump, project, launch, hit the ground, punch, project, launch, where you don't look at any of these local strategies, any of these local rotations. I'm saying the opposite. Like, we're a mechanic. This is a car, right? This type of analogy here. So there's something wrong with maybe this local rotation or this one, or the timing of these two rotations are off, therefore affecting how this rotation really helps us with the overall global rotation. You see what I'm saying? When you look at it with this lens and this mindset, you start to understand how, the scap actually works its way down or the foot works its way up, and how these can really be impactful for how much rotation you need. Maybe some of them you need a lot. Some of them you need a little bit of rotation. Then you need to clamp down on it, stop it, right? And then, like I said, we obviously already know how important the transverse plane is in that rotational element when we look at kind of roll or yaw, but that's not today. So again, to accelerate really efficiently and to maximize the potential, let's take a view of boom, boom, local rotations. Boom. Okay, stop this one, move this one more, stop this one here. Okay, now we're on our next stride. When does this need to take place? What's happening with the arm, with the trunk? When do we go forward? How do we go forward? What's the mechanism for going forward? Okay, it's a completely different ball game than just punch the ground and get your whole body to project out. Then you would not be taking into account all these elements. Okay, and then you wouldn't have the mindset of, I'm going to go in and dissect and work on different strategies this day. I'm going to work on here, the timing of these. So something to think about when it comes to speed development in terms of your methods, your strategies, and then how mechanisms influence the strategies that you use to enhance speed for your athletes.